Information about the latest incident involving Meghan Markle makes people see both the irony and the hilarity as Meghan continues to add more products like dog and bird food, etc., to the sales list. This is bizarre because the reseller is Meghan herself. We're going to analyze this issue a little bit in this video. So, according to the latest reports, Meghan has listed a variety of items and documents sent to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, including bath soap, curtains, and yoga blankets. I guess Meghan is also thinking that she's going to sell some bird seed and pet treats. This type of merchandising has really breached Harry and Meghan's agreement, though, with the late Queen. They promised that they were not going to merge their royal connections. So it's one thing to try to register a patent, and it is yet another thing to get the product tested, manufactured, and sold. Meghan is still living in a fantasy world. She's been trying to establish stuff for years now, and nothing ever happens. I mean, it took her 16 years to get where she is now. Meghan simply doesn't have the work ethic or the patience to be successful in anything. She always wants instant gratification, and if she doesn't receive it, then she's going to walk away from it. Her father has said the same thing about her. She loves to start stuff, but she never sticks with anything. I can't imagine, though, how excited all the pets must be. I mean, are they going to know that it's embossed? Are they going to know who made these new treats? Who are we kidding here? Most animals that live in people's homes are just happy to be fed and have a little bit of care and attention from their owners. So perhaps Meghan can make a special video for them to go with their treats. And the question I have is, could Meghan have really added things after Catherine's announcement? I mean, even by Meghan's standards, that would have looked really bad. Well, I'm sure she just can't stand it that Catherine is getting so much attention right now. Okay, so as I see it, the problem is by reason of who she has shown herself to be, and also her sketchy behavior. Meghan has managed to alienate herself from most people, I mean, all levels of society. So Meghan's brand is probably ever going to be interesting to a pretty small niche market. And to make financial sense and bring in a decent return on investment, Meghan should really be trying to sell higher priced, top of the line products with a high markup. So, what is she thinking with bird seed and edible pet treats? Are all pet treats not edible? I mean, I should hope they're edible. What, is she trying to poison them? And what about the name of the company? I mean, American Riviera Orchard. It is just as exhausting as Meghan is. Who thought that was a good name? Oh, right, Meghan. So it sounds like it's going to have items that you can find in a convenience shop, but with the price markup for the royal title. Where is any of this stuff even coming from? Who's manufacturing it? I'm sure it's all made in China. And what makes it any different from the hundreds of similar brands? I don't think anybody with any common sense is going to buy food items not even knowing where it comes from. I did have a feeling that Meghan would try to start her own company at some point in time, but she went with this stupid name that nobody's even going to remember. It's kind of word salad, which is her specialty. And next thing we know, she's going to be flooding the market with things we can already get from Target and Walmart, but it's going to be for a much more expensive price. So essentially, this is trademark Meghan Markle because it is her trademark to steal other people's ideas. Unfortunately, she has no original ideas. The bright side, though, is that at least this new line of work is better than Meghan and Harry's previous occupation of trashing the royal family. I guess they figured the money was running out in that field, so they better switch it up. I mean, this is just an example of Meghan Markle throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and hoping that something's going to stick. Maybe she would be better to focus on a few things, do them well, and build from there. The company sounds like it's completely lacking in direction. I hate to be so cynical, but it sounds like Meghan's newest money-making endeavor is destined to fail. Trading off and exploiting her regal status simply doesn't translate into profit, especially when she's most famous for trashing the monarchy and being very economical with the truth, we could say. People have a good memory. And who is going to buy anything she sells? I'd rather buy from any other company, I think. I mean, especially with pet food. I already have brands that I buy for my cats. I'm not going to listen to Meghan Markle when it comes to buying treats for my cats. And especially not when she's got to put that they're edible. That makes it sound like they're not edible. Meghan is in for quite a rude awakening, though. Obviously, she cannot comprehend just how despised she is. So they better do some real market research before getting in too deep financially, or it could be an absolute catastrophe. Soon enough, though, Meghan's going to get the message. She has ruined her brand, much like Ivanka Trump, actually. So Meghan has listed a whole range of items and documents sent to the US Patent and Trademark Office. I do hope the birds out there are going to be thrilled with her special variety of bird seed. I mean, what is she even talking about, though? How is this any different from any other bird seed? There is no way I would buy anything sold or endorsed by Meghan. All she's doing, anyway, is drop shipping other people's stuff with a big fat markup. And it was also a really dumb idea of hers to launch this venture using the Diana Memorial Day. That's going to put a lot of people off because that was disgraceful. It was appalling. So, when exactly is Meghan going to start producing the goods? Does she not understand how many years and how much money it's going to cost her to get things started? I mean, how is she going to source her sustainable organic products? How is she going to set up the manufacturing, the processing, the packing, the shipping? It's all phony, and American Riviera Orchard is just a platform for Meghan Markle to talk about her favorite topic, herself. If Meghan succeeds, and I'm sure she won't, she's going to cover all areas of retail products. It's pretty ambitious as a startup, right? And I'm curious if Harry's going to be helpful at all, or if he's no longer useful. Also, I thought the royal family wasn't allowed to use their title and influence for business ventures. Do they not have enough money yet? Well, I guess not. The list also keeps getting longer of what Meghan Markle plans to sell, but there's still no trademark. Nothing has been added to the Instagram site, no real company management. So, what is the plan? She just thinks that she's going to wave her magic wand and everything's going to be perfect? Or just pay a bunch of people minimum wage and they're going to make her dreams come true? Yeah, try again. If you ask me, the title of the company is not only really stupid, it's way too long. For a company that's starting out, you gotta start small. I mean, she could have used just a single word clever name. That would have done much better. She should have done real market research. She should have looked for a gap in the market, and she could have focused on that. And then, as she started selling stuff, she could have gotten some customers. This is going to be a massive failure. Whoever is supposedly advising these two when it comes to business is doing a really bad job. They should be fired. And look, folks, I know that Charles is dealing with a lot right now. And I mean, I really have a lot of empathy for him, but still, his refusal to put a stop to Harry and Meghan's antics makes him look like a fool. The late Queen was insistent that they weren't allowed to use their royal family connections for financial gain, and that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, just think about how they relaunched their website using the crest that was created for Meghan when she got married to Harry, which is incredibly misleading. And now she's got this pseudo crest on her latest venture. Neither has anything at all to do with the royal family. But see, people out there are very gullible, they're naive, and they're going to believe that Meghan is being endorsed by the royals. I was about to say that maybe Meghan has lost the plot, but then I remembered that happened a long time ago, for Harry too. I guess it's all because of their well known use of illegal drugs. Clearly, that has made them paranoid, and it's also made Meghan's craving for attention a lot worse, and I think that's what's behind all of these absurd initiatives that she takes up. Something different every single week. I would also say that Congress should really pass a law prohibiting people with royal titles in the British Crown's line of succession from using the word American in the company name. After all, I mean, wasn't the American Revolution fought over this very thing? And it's not like I don't love my British friends today. You know I adore you. It's just very insulting what Meghan is doing. Meghan is not going to sell anything. I mean, if you take a look at those documents, I'm guessing we're going to find family, friends, and people listed in there too. Honestly, I don't think this latest venture is going to go anywhere. Meghan, remember, is all talk and no action. Remember everything she's done. I mean, she'll talk a big talk like that 40 by 40 initiative, and then it just fizzles out. But I think reality is going to hit those two very hard when William becomes king. He's not going to put up with any of their nonsense, and they're going to lose a lot, including those titles. Perhaps the truth is Charles is just too sensitive, too soft. I just can't get over, though, what an idiot Meghan is. She could have been living the dream, supporting her family, and doing all kinds of wonderful things in service. She would have been admired by people all around the world. Remember how we heard that Harry and Meghan and Catherine and William were the Fab Four, but she just couldn't stand to share the spotlight with anyone, and she was also way too addicted to drama. And now the royal family is dealing with some really terrible things that life does dole out, and it's on top of all the horrible things that Meghan did to them. She could have been a part of their support system, but she couldn't hack it. She and Harry could have been admired for stepping up and taking the reins for the family, the royal family, as they have to deal with their own health issues right now. But no, instead, there's just a big void where Harry and Meghan should have been. And now she's in California trying to prove that she really is living the dream, trying to act like she's Martha Stewart and Gwyneth Paltrow all rolled up into one. She's not, though. I mean, that's the truth of it. And she's trying to schmooze with celebrities, and then Harry is just her house husband. He has to accept those awards for doing absolutely nothing. I mean, honestly, folks, we couldn't make this stuff up if we tried. We just provided information and some analysis in the case of Meghan targeting the pet food market. How did you feel about this? Please leave a comment to let us know. Goodbye, and I'll be back to see you again in other videos.